All right, let's shift gears here and take a look at some potential money line underdogs for today, whether you want to sprinkle a little bit, build a round robin, parlay them, whatever you want to do. Let's take a look at three here. We'll each give one. Calabrese, I'll start with you. Where are you going?
I'll go with a short dog, Utah State, plus 115, 120 against Colorado State. The Rams simply have been overmatched when they played up against competition. They were swept by the Lobos. They lost by 8 to this Utah State team despite a monster game from Nick Clifford, and they lost handily to VCU and Ole Miss. So when you look at any opportunity to score a win over a Ken Palm top 100 team, they've come up short. Colorado State also, they don't get on the offensive boards. They don't turn you over. So they're very reliant on making jumpers. And this Utah State team also it needs to be pointed out, it's difficult to run away from them. At the very least, this is going to be kind of a back and forth game because Utah State gives up the fewest kill shot runs in the Mountain West, third least in the entire country. So you really have to earn it, and it's difficult to get them, into a cold streak on the defensive end. Utah State, meanwhile, I think they're also going to turn over this Rams team a lot. In their win, where they won by 8 in Logan, they were +5 in the turnover margin, and they could have won by double digits. They missed 13 foul shots in that game. So I think that's hiding some value for them. And finally, a bounce back spot for Ian Martinez. He's coming off one of his worst games of 2025. He gets the line a ton. And how about this first stat? He's made 38 straight foul shots. So I think he's basically a lock to go for 5 or 6 foul shots, if not closer to 10. And when he gets to the charity stripe, he knocks him down. So I like the Aggies here a little bit of value on the money line against the Rams on the road.
Mountain West. Mike, where you headed, Greg?
I'm going to go to the latest game on the slate today, and I'm going to take San Francisco over Gonzaga at home. It's plus 330. Point blank, we haven't talked too much Zags lately on this program, but I don't really believe in this team at all. I don't believe that Mark Few knows what personnel he trusts on this team. That was evident when he had to go to Diogny last game for really the first time all season, and everybody's gassing it up. He looked great. Maybe he gives them some rim protection that the team's been sorely missing, but I'll kind of go the other way on that. I don't think it's a good thing that you have to break glass in case of emergency the second to last game of the regular season to find the guy that's going to solve some of your issues. And I'm not quite positive you will even go back to him the way that people think that he seems to be planning to. San Francisco 16-0 in this building this season, 4-0 versus Ken Palm top 100 teams. They beat St. Mary's, they beat Boise in this building. And they played once this year already. Gonzaga got the better of them, but you look at what happened in that game. Marcus Williams stunk. He was 2 for 12 from the floor. That was still within striking distance with really his worst performance of the season. He's been sensational for large stretches of the year. If you can get a good Marcus Williams game tonight, I just think there's some good value here against a Gonzaga team. Going back all the way to the beginning of December, 3-7 versus Ken Palm top 100 opponents. I mean, they have repeatedly had some stinkers against good teams. I think this is going to be a juiced up building, and plus 330 is worth a shot.
I thought about getting, yeah, that should be a good one. I mean, it's for the double, it's for the bye all the way to the semis. It'd be crazy if Gonzaga actually doesn't have it for the first time, and I don't even know how long. And obviously, super important game for both teams' tournament resumes. So excited to watch that one. And yeah, San Francisco, the Dons have been a different team at home. One thing I worry about with them is their 3-point defense has been they've been running like gods. I mean, I think teams are shooting 22% since January 1st from three against them, and opponent shot 17% from three against them in the month of February. So I just hope that all that doesn't come crashing down, but don't hate the look. I was thinking about getting a little crazy with VMI, just a high variance team to shoot a ton of threes. Chattanooga's, I mean, VMI's already locked into who they're going to play in the conference tournament, but so is Chattanooga. They already wrapped up the outright regular season title. Um, so that game could get weird, but I'm going to go, I'll go with Kentucky. I'll throw my cats out there. They don't miss from three at home. You just hope they go nuclear. Auburn's defense hasn't been as good away from home. Right? They don't really force a ton of turnovers. They're not great on the defensive glass. They do a tremendous job of limiting threes, but Kentucky's going to get their shots off, and they really don't miss at home. So bet on Pope and just some 3-point variance here with Kentucky. By the way, that pays out, I think, close to like 26-1. We'll drop a quick slip in the chat right now for you if you want to follow along. drinks on me and at Stagger in tonight if it does hit.